there's some probability that we're in a simulation.
He's talking about the simulation hypothesis, the idea that reality can be an advanced computer simulation instead of base reality.
What percentage would you attribute to that?
Probably pretty high. I would say it's pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one way to think of this is to say, if you look at the advancement of video games, in our lifetime, or at least in my lifetime, it's gone from very simple video games where you've got, like Pong, you've got two rectangles and a square, just batting it back and forth, to photorealistic, real-time games with millions of people playing simultaneously. And that's happened just in the span of 50 years. So if that trend continues, video games will be indistinguishable from reality.
Right.
Okay. 1, technology keeps advancing. Of course, fast games evolve from like Pong to ultra-realistic worlds in only about 50 years or so. But if technology keeps improving, future civilizations may create simulations so realistic that people inside wouldn't know they're simulated.
And we're also going to have very intelligent characters, like non-player characters in these video games. Think of how sophisticated the conversations are you can have with an AI today, and that's only going to get more sophisticated. You'll be able to have conversations that are more complex and more sophisticated than almost any human conversation. Maybe any.
2, AI characters may become fully believable future NPCs, could think, talk, feel real, and have deep conversations. 3, there could eventually be billions of simulations. If advanced civilizations create realistic universes cheaply, there may be one real universe, but billions of simulated ones. You understand what I'm saying?
So then the future, if civilization continues, will be millions, maybe billions of photorealistic, like indistinguishable from reality video games, and with characters in those video games that are very deep, and where the dialogue is not pre-programmed. That's for sure what's going to happen.
Statistically, we may be more likely to exist inside a simulation.
In this level of the simulation, if you could call it. So then what are the odds that we're in base reality, and that this has not happened before?
If I were to buy into that and assume that we are in a simulation, as Neo of the story, what do you know that I don't and I can learn from?
I think most likely, if outside the simulation would be less interesting than in the simulation.
Now 4, we'd be less interesting outside the simulation. That's just a no-brainer. Simulations will probably focus on dramatic, emotional, exciting experiences because that's what intelligent beings create for entertainment or study.
You're most likely a distillation of what's interesting because that's what we do that's what we do in our reality. And then I do also have a theory which is like the most interesting outcome is the most likely outcome.
5, the most interesting outcome is the most likely outcome. If higher intelligence runs simulations, they may choose the most compelling reality to observe. Important, and this is real important, none of this is scientifically proven. It's a philosophical thought experiment discussed by Nick Bostrom and Elon Musk. Mainstream science does not currently have evidence that we live in a simulation. And that's my take on this video.
As seen by a third party, the gods or god of the simulation.
The conscious signal.